to, finalize it, if you will, to actually look like a draft that you would typically look at. I would then provide you with that updated draft and identify, here are the only pages that you didn't see, or the numbers that that have changed, and the explanations behind that. To kind of put a listing, a reconciliation between this that you would accept and the final version, which I would give my stamp on.
Yeah, and Dick, and one other thing, when we give you those pages, if you feel at that point in time that there's a need, Craig will reach out to each one of you. If you feel that there's a need to reconvene because you're uncomfortable with any of those information in those pages, then we will reconvene. If you feel that it's acceptable to you at that point, then we'll proceed to the next step, which would be to bring it to the council. So you could make a decision to reconvene right now, or you could wait to see it and make a decision whether you need to reconvene it. That's basically the choice. And we're fine with either.
Well, Mr. Chairman, perhaps there's a compromise here that might work if we would approve these things conditionally.
Yeah.
Upon receiving the audit reports from the auditors, the opinions and management.
Yes, that's in effect what is being suggested.
Yeah, correct.
Well, I didn't hear the word conditional.
Well, yeah, that would be the correct way of putting it there.
Yeah.
Well, but there's a question,
Yeah.
even to the accuracy of what we have. How can we approve something that we know is basically inaccurate, at least in one instance?
When would you anticipate that the final information would be available?
I thought it was going to be available today if you would have asked me a couple weeks ago. So I know that I will work like heck to get it done this week.
I would suggest we consider reconvening to go over the revised material before we accept it.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't had a chance to read the MD&A.
Have you,
This morning.
or the plans on, at which time were you hoping to submit this to council?
For the next month council meeting.
June,
Yeah.
The June meeting?
which is when?
7.
Chock full of other fun stuff.
Well, reconvening may be the right answer if we
Yeah.
get everybody together. But we need to know when the lawyer is going
Right.
to report.
Well, like I said, he said today is when he was going to be getting his letter back to the auditors, so there's still some moving parts there. But
That shouldn't be a major delay on that. I wrote a lot of those in my day, and it's just a matter of enumerating what's going on.
shouldn't be, but
Right. Well, there's two suggestions here. One is accepting it today on a conditional basis, subject to review of the revisions. The other is to continue this meeting and until we actually get the documentation.
if you
Yeah,
did
I
subject to
suppose
the conditions, I mean, I would figure out what were the differences between version 1 and version 2, if that would appease anyone. I'd hate to make you come back for a second meeting.
I'm very uneasy about accepting something conditionally, which I know is wrong on its face, so in at least one instance. And when we're so close to having a better document to look at, I think Jim's got the right idea. I'm willing to reconvene at some point here.
How about June 3rd, a Thursday?
What are you suggesting, Jim?
Reconvene June 3rd. Or does or earlier, because you need to send out the council's packet.
They'll need at least a week,
Yeah.
right?
Well, I think it's a little little troubling to us that we, you know, it's already been 6 months and now we're being asked to approve something conditionally that, you know, that. And
Well, June first is a week.
suddenly it's
Well, I think
go right
Jim's
ahead.
idea, excuse me, I'm sorry. No, Jim's idea is fine, if that's a good date for everybody, and when we send it out to you, we're gonna send it out to the council, because it's not gonna, the version we send you, the version we send the council is not gonna be any different. So the only thing is that, we're going to have we'll have the blue sheet that's saying that you guys met on June, whatever that date is, to review it. So if that's a good date for everybody, and that's what makes everyone feel comfortable, I don't want you to approve this if you don't feel comfortable, okay? I want you to feel comfortable with it, because I think the council gives a lot of credibility to your review and hopefully support. So,
Well, let's take
so if there's a date that you're all, that
Yeah.
will work, we could definitely do that.
You said to
And-
back it out a week early?
I mean,
To the
if you
council?
can get it, yeah, if you back it out a week, it would be best. So if you do like June first, would be
June
best.
first. Let's try June first,
What day of the week?
Tuesday.
Tuesday?
Yeah, that's Tuesday.
I'm okay with it.
Week from the morning.
Tuesday's good.
Brian,
Yes, sir.
how's that? What's your preference?
I would rather reconvene.
All right, Dick?
Yeah, I'm okay, and I'm okay for the first.
I see no point in doing it. I say we reconvene when we have the right materials to look at. So I'm good for June 1.
Okay.
I'm
And
good with
you
the
made your
I'm
point.
good, June first.
I'm good, as long as we have something
to
to review.
Is that date then satisfactory with Greg, how's it with your staff?
We'll make it good, yeah. Okay.
9 a.m.?
Yeah.
All right, we'll come back to this and make a motion ultimately on that, but, is there anything else you want to comment on what we've got today?
No, actually, after the comment of the discrepancy, I'm going back to the auditors with this one, so I'll be ready next Tuesday.
All right, I'll entertain a motion to continue this matter to Tuesday, June 1 at 9 a.m. for the sole purpose of reviewing the audit.
So moved. Cody.
I'll move by Dick,
Second.
second by Ed Lombard, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None opposed, unanimously approved. All right, now that we've resolved that matter in our usual official way, we shall move on. Lost my agenda. Member items and reports. Are there any, you know, in that November meeting, or what, maybe it was, I think it was the November meeting. We were all confused about when the hell our terms were, and you recall that?
I thought I said something after that sort of
you
resolved it.
did, but I hope that the town,
Amy sent it to me.
are we in sync on that, everybody knows? No?
Lifetime appointments.
Okay. Anybody have anything else on member
I
items?
think, by the way, that pretty much concluded that
Is what?
the five of us were, or, no, I don't know if John was, but the four of us were part of the original.
Original members, yes.
was the kid that was added later.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you became the fifth, John.
I didn't use a fifth. I do have one thing though, Dan. I'd like to, and I don't know if it's Sherry or Craig, but obviously there's been some turnover up there, there's been some changes. I'd like you to ask Roger or someone to put together what the current configuration of the finance office is and what's being recruited, just so we have some idea.
That's an excellent idea, John, and, you know, I find it a little disconcerting that we've only got 2 or 3 people up there, and all of a sudden, the manager is telling us we're looking for 5 or 6 new people, or, I mean, to me, that's either an indication that we're terribly understaffed now. I mean, to go from where we are to where they're proposing is quite a significant change in personnel.
I can,
Would you care to comment
I
on
can.
that, Craig?
yeah. No, I don't disagree. You know, when I came in, it was partially to help out as an interim finance director basis, as well as just do an overall assessment of the people, the processes, and the systems. And I'll tell you that a majority of individuals up there, Sherry's the exception, have governmental experience, governmental background. And in case you don't know, I'm sure you do, Mr. Steele, is it's a different world, it's a different animal. I mean, coming from the for-profit world and then looking at, you know, MD&As and you know, government and business types of activities, it's different. It's not to say that it can't be learned, you know, debits are still debits and credits are still credits, but it takes time. And, you know, where I said, you know, I think the leadership of a consistency from the finance director is important. You know, unfortunately, we didn't have that this last fiscal year, and I hope that we do soon. So I know that, you know, Roger's thoughts are good to, you know, say let's find everybody we can to help and see who, you know, is kind of the shining stars at the end of it, and the cream rises to the top. But I know that it's a tough industry, a tough profession to find good, solid candidates, and then we're going through it in our firm. So,
Just a footnote on that, Craig.
yeah,
Since we put the new system in, I believe 3+ years ago, we have been asking for operating procedures up there, manuals, et cetera, for consistency.
right.
And every month we ask, we get, yeah, we're working on it, but it's not a priority. And I think that's part of the problem is there is nothing as people turn over to look at. It starts from scratch this time. So when they put this organization together, it starts at the top. You know, start to bring in staff without having someone in there at the director level that says, this is how we operate, will do us no good.
Right.
That's just an opinion.
I come from the school district in Lee County.
Here.
I come as an auditor, an internal auditor from the school district, as well as a business analyst. My degree is in computer information systems, so I have written manuals. I've been a trainer, I've been an auditor, and a business analyst to look at processes, and that will be my goal, is to get, I want things documented. This should run like a top. Every month we do the same thing, being able to provide you with the reports every single time, the same time with updated information. So that's what I'm coming here to do, and I want to get that done. So I do have governmental experience. I think you said that
Right,
backwards.
right.
They don't, I do.
Oh,
So,
sorry if I
yeah.
said that. My bad. And she's on her second week, or
Yes.
third week. This
Yeah.
starts her third week. So, no, great point, Mr. Hughes.
Thank you.
Just to add one other thing, monthly financial statements.
Yes,
Yeah,
Yes.
that's.
we need those.
Mhm.
Okay,
Those would be great.
Yes.
all right. Any other member items? Gentlemen? None? Public comment?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, Mayor Murphy.
I just want to make one point here. It doesn't really pertain to the Finance Committee per se, the Audit Committee, but it is interrelated. In order for us to remain competitive with this hiring environment that we're in right now, I think the town, I've done a little cursory review of the town benefits. Where we're lacking is tuition reimbursement for employees. I think to make us more competitive in the market, to attract people and also to retain people, we have to offer that as a benefit. And this way we can bring our own people up through our system, send them to school, and hopefully retain them after they get their certifications or degrees or whatever is afforded. So I'm gonna bring that forward to the town council, and hopefully they'll agree with me, and we'll be able to review that a little more, see what else is out in the marketplace with the other cities and counties and so forth, and kind of we don't have to reinvent the wheel, but I think if we offered some sort of package, that'll make us more competitive, particularly in the finance area.
And to go along with that, as you know, Chelsea, Director of Public Works, she got her master's, and there was barely the acknowledgement of it, and certainly no monetary financial benefit to her doing all that extra work. So there's a quality staff that you could quite frankly lose because you had no monetary recognition of that achievement.
Exactly. And there's another member in the water department right now going through the program as well. And but that's just what we have so far. But to attract and to maintain and retain, I think we need to look at that. And so whether we do that through the management and planning or whatever, however they want to do it, but I'm going to bring it forward. And other than that, I don't have anything else.
That's a good plan, Mr. Mayor. I hope you have success with the rest of your council on that.
So do I.
Yeah, just another comment is,
Dick?
you have to look at all of the benefits that other towns are providing. Not
Exactly.
just that,
No, exactly.
to see whether we're competitive with.
Exactly. But that one sticks out like a sore
Yeah.
thumb, Dick, and but you're right. I mean, we really do have to look at all of them. And I mean, I never really got involved in this part of it because that's not really my function, but the way the market is these days, and as hostile as it is for attracting employees and so forth, it's I find myself looking at all kinds of things now. So.
All right, thank
Okay,
you.
well.
Well, we spent most of our time on administrative matters, and so hopefully at next week we can be looking at the audit itself and the substance of the audit, and got these other matters out of the way to some extent. So we've set the next meeting agenda and date, Roman numeral 8, and I believe that concludes our business for the day. Unless anyone has anything further.
I move we now adjourn.
Motion by Ed Lombard to adjourn,
Second.
second by Jim Cody. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The meeting is adjourned at 10:00.